Hey there, sweetness. How goes it? Oh, I do hope that it goes well. Quick name of the game: if there's anything that is connective to this collective, that's beautiful. I invite you to take that shit with you. If, however, nothing here resonates, that's all right. You just leave it right where you fucking found it. It's probably a piece of information that was meant for someone else in the collective, and you should never, ever, ever take something off the table, or in general, that does not belong to you. Please keep in mind that time may be fluid as well as energy, and let's get into it, shall we? Mm. Yes. Yes, we fucking shall. What are we getting into? We're getting into some all signs messages. Um, there are some things being downloaded that Spirit wants to make the collective aware of. Spirit of love, truth, grace, and guidance. Spirit of the stars, and all things written amongst them. Please guide myself, guide these messages, guide this collective. Please guide us all, always, always. Thank you. Welcome home, homies. Please do the tribe a favor. Make sure you get those likes up on your way in and out of the video. It helps us grow. I started to shuffle the Oracle of the Fairies deck, and this popped out for you guys immediately. And it is right straight in line with the messages coming through. Okay? So you guys got stargazing. When you gaze at the stars, you give yourself fairy focus. Your intuition will flow more freely and reveal what you need to know about your situation. Okay? If you guys know me at all by now, you know that for me, the star card, it means more than just simply healing. And the star card is number 17 in the tarot. To me, it is that soul journey. All right, and some downloads for you guys. Little odd, little different, but very connective. I was sitting there and this popped into my head. Nurture, the secret song of the halos. Nurture, the secret song of the halos. The eye of the storm is upon us. Out of stagnation into change. So I was, quite confused at the meaning of that. I have no idea what the secret song of the halos is. So I, in due process, went and looked it up, right? Is there a secret song of the halos or a song of the halos? Like, what is this? And I stumbled across a quote. Not sure if it's from a book or a story. When I stumbled onto the quote, I ended up getting just a little bit lost looking at all these different people's interpretations of the quote. But nonetheless, and I'm not sure who the author was either, it did not say. But it says, and the song in the background right now, guys, your channeled song, All Out of Fight by Pink. All out of fight. I'm all out of fight. My heart will always know your name. When her halo broke, she used the halves to carve out horns. I'm going to leave you guys to your interpretations and see. What do you think? A couple of words that came to you guys. Good eyes, success. Good eyes, success. So you guys have a good eye at something. You're successful and have the opportunity to be successful at seeing something. And then something about, this is, I'm not even sure what this is. I'm just going to say it. The message came from Numbers. It's cute. You ready? 4/20/1969. And it means, in Shanty numerology, a delicate, intricate, deep knowledge. A delicate, intricate, deep knowledge. What did I just get? Something about slow dancing with the self. Pay attention to the birds at this time, collective. They seek to lead you forward. Forward from staring into the past so deeply that it can be blinding. And last but not least, for the channelings or downloads, you got a bar fi, or a bar fight, ABARFI. A bar, fee, bar of a song, a bar, fee, fi, fo, fum. I don't know. But that is where we begin. Let's hit it up. Hello, darling. Welcome home. I hope you're well. I think we're going to continue to utilize the fairy deck for a moment. Messages for the collective, please. Can we get some bars of this secret song of the halos? Inspiration. Be prepared, as you'll soon receive a visit from the fairy of inspiration. Come dusk or dawn, she can call at any time. Absolutely. Thank you for being here. Excuse me. Purity. Always trust in the purity of your heart. Look inside your heart, and within it, you will find the answer to your question. I'm getting something about the tune of the halos. It sets deep in the collective's heart. Messages for the collective. Sip. SIP. Oh, yes, please. I'll take a sip. S for stargazing, I for inspiration, P for purity. Flourish. This wanted to come out directly after the purity, so it's like you are going to flourish from this purity, or this pure inspiration. The lotus flower fairy tells you to learn from experience and shed your inner light on any unclear areas of your life or those of others. I just got a really special message with this one, guys. The lotus flower fairy. It makes me think of a hanging scroll that I have. It's been shown on the channel in the background before. Not sure if you guys recall, but it is a big red hanging scroll, and it has a giant black lotus flower. And it talks about dance as if no one's watching, sing as if no one can hear, all these different things. And down at the very bottom, the last thing it says is something about cherish your family. But there is a misspelling in the word family, and it was spelled Faimly, family. And so that really bothered me, just the last sentence of this beautiful scroll had to have this discrepancy. And of course, that would be why it was on sale, which was why I ended up getting it. But I don't, that wasn't realized until it was hanging on the wall. Anyhow, I spent quite a bit of time researching what that discrepancy could possibly mean. What could FAIMLY, what could it possibly mean? And diving deep through different, translations and languages and things like that, it meant basically strife and upset and toxic, which to me, well, I got the scroll from some toxic family members, and the lotus flower fairy is telling you to learn from experience and to shed your inner light on any unclear areas of your life or those of others. There may be some misspellings and some discrepancies around you, but let them inspire you to delve into that delicate, intricate, deep knowledge. It can begin with stargazing. Looking outside, looking to the sky can be a pure inspiration to help flourish and nourish you. Ooh, damn. I like it. Let's see if there's anything else in this deck. Anything else for the collective? Thank you. This wanted to fall out directly on our A Delicate, Intricate, Deep Knowledge. Also lands right on the 42069. Moderation. Too much of anything isn't usually a good thing, all right? Is there something you shouldn't be eating, doing, practicing, thinking, feeling, being a part of, But in this, it's speaking most specifically about food, okay? Is there something, and that just makes me think bread, which makes me think need, needs. Be moderate with your needs. What is it that you need? Focus on what you need, not what you want. Absolutely. That's one of, mine, and I imagine most people's favorite things about that beautiful breed. Is there something you shouldn't be eating? Try to eat mindfully and healthily. Although the fairies say that a little bit of what you fancy is fine. Now, guys, I'm going to get silly and say, like I said, it wanted to come out on 4/20 1969. Is there something you're eating too much of? I'm sorry. I had to. Messages for the collective. I almost thought I saw one fly out. No, we're all done with this deck. Time to move on. Thank you so much. I love these lovely ladies on here. All right. Ooh, I can't remember the last time I pulled out a deck of channeled playing cards for you guys. Messages for the collective, please. Messages for the homies. What do we have? What do they need to know as this video finds them? Thank you. Ooh. This feels so right, says the Queen. What feels so right? Best friends. Best friends. That landed straight on my lighter. Something non-traditional. I'm going to go over them all in a moment and get out what it is that we need. Falling down, butterfly, flutter by. Messages for the collective, please. Anything else? Thank you. My least favorite part in the reverse, that is Two of Swords energy. Right after Seven of Swords energy with that butterfly, flutter by. Air. Anything else for the homies before we dissect this information on the mat? One more go around. Thank you. Take inventory. It is time to take inventory and get out. All right. Somebody's nickname could be Pokey. Your channeled song, Britton, Britton, if this is goodbye. All right. We have, I want to say that this was two females here, this queen, okay? So there's, it is. They're best friends, or they were, in a very non-traditional way. I'm getting something very codependent and mirroring. There's this one is thinking, this feels so right. This friendship, life, yeah, everything's great. And on the flip side, the other one's thinking, man, like, I have met you before. I've met you before. I got your number. I've met you before. and not in a good, healthy vibe, you know? And there's something about the friendship began in a non-traditional form. There was something that was ignored, overlooked. Enough attention wasn't paid to something. Someone's name could be Rick. Someone's name could be Jesse. Something about falling down. What am I getting here? It's like a friendship came to an end because one side realized there was no growth. There could be no growth, no change, no goodness there in this friendship. There was not room for growth. But there's something about taking inventory of friendships, taking inventory of relationships, taking inventory of how do connections make you feel. If your best friend comes over and you feel like they literally just can't wait to hurry up and get out of your house, get whatever they need from you, you know, you get uncomfortable vibes. Pay attention. Pay attention. There's something about butterfly effects when it comes to self-deception. If you deceive yourself into staying in shitty vibrations, thinking that you're not getting shit on you being in that shitty vibration with shitty people, you're going to have a fall from grace in the realization of when you leave, oh man, I smell like shit, right? I hope this is a good example, you know, like stoner brain over here and making, you know, examples. Hey, that's part of, you know, that's my favorite part of the job. That's why I work here. But there's something about taking inventory, which is, you know, listing out like this is not healthy for me because this, and this. And there's a difference between fertilizing shit and just shit, right? And that's part of that double-sided queen energy there. Someone here is shitty in a very fertilizing way, and someone else is shitty in a very bullshit way. Yeah, that's what I got. But if you are on the, you know, I mean, either way, but at Collective, I feel like, you know, if you're here, if you're listening, you're probably the fertilizing, nourishing, flourishing, as the fairies said, party of the two, right? Maybe it's more than two, you know, it could be small, grand scheme, whatever. But something about, you know, just, yeah, taking spiritual inventory of everything that happened, everything that's been learned, all of it. And then get the fuck out. Take inventory and get out. That's your advice. Take inventory and get out. Also, it's like take anything you have invested or, into the friendship. And I just got Yellow Wolf, best friends. I think he's talking about God being his best friend. Let that be your ripple of hope that grows into a butterfly effect around the world. All right. We're going to look at some numbers. Just a couple. Just a few. Some shanty numerology on this because that's a whole lot of numbers that just hit the table. Something about Lucy and Ethel. There's a reason why I have my best friend's cup sitting here on the table. I'm just realizing this when this is popping out here, guys. And this cup says, a true friend is one that knows all about you and likes you anyways. So be honest. If there are people you know all about or, quite a bit and you don't like them because of what you know, not saying people can't change, but don't sit around waiting for it in shitty energy, ending up smelling like shit, right? I'm sorry, I don't smell like shit over here. That's just, I smell great. It's just improv, right? Step outside and smell the friggin' butterflies. All right. But also, if there are people in your life that make you feel like they know you or by what you let them know, and they don't like you, they don't just genuinely like you, well, sweet, dude. Take your shit, pack your fucking bags, and get out. I find it very cute, okay? There's something about childhood friends here, guys, because this Pookie, I love the 80s card deck, and then I just channel my own little words down, but it was a trivia deck. What was the name of Garfield's teddy bear? Garfield's teddy bear was Pookie. Okay, that's what this card says. And then I channeled down Get Out. But Pookie was my childhood nickname. And I used to watch Garfield all the time. All the time. Okay? So there's something like an overall vibe of either something that an attachment that was made at, since childhood. Holy shit. Non-traditional best friends. I just got, don't take this wrong when I say it at first. It might sound offensive, but hang on. Emotional incest. Emotional incest. And what that is when people blur the lines of a title. They're so entitled, self-entitled, that they need more than one title. Say, for example, there is a aunt. Well, the aunt can't just be the aunt. That's not a good enough title for them. They have to go in and be this heroic, mothering, non-traditional best friend. You know, I'm more than just your aunt. I'm your best friend. I'm your mother. You're like a daughter to me. You're my best friend. That's blurring the lines of the relationship far too much. I hope I'm making sense, but I was just seriously getting something about fucking emotional incest since childhood. But it's all coming down. It's all coming down like a fucking Jerry Springer show. I'm getting some this card over here says, who wished that he had Jesse's girl, right? Rick Springfield, but this J up here, I'm just getting fucking Jerry Springer style. Shit's being brought down. Something happened, and it's a rippling butterfly effect to wipe out this fucking toxic cycle. Someone's not impressed. But I don't think it matters how they feel. All right. On to the next. Did I say somebody's name might be Francis? Somebody may be really into the Dirty Dancing movie. Ooh, I also just got a message about, and I'm not saying this like any judgment or anything, but it's like coming across, so I'm just going to say it. If you are a dancer in some form, please be really cautious. Just be mindful of your surroundings, you know, self-aware and surrounding aware. Huh. All right. Let's get into some tarot, shall we? Messages for the collective, messages for the homies. One of Coins. The Ace of Coins. Ace of Pentacles. What do we need to know about this? The Nine of Rods in the reverse. I'm going to get a couple together here and see what... Building after destruction. This is an energy of reparation after total annihilation. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, all the O's. This is an energy of someone feeling like their soul is a wasteland. Like they say that thing about love is a battlefield, and love is a war, but it's like the soul, the body, being the place that the war took place. You know, it is the empty battlefield after the destruction. It is what is left in the wake of the war. This skull, I'm seeing at least one someone, if not many or all, in some shape or form, okay? Feel disconnected. Feel dissociated. Feel alone. Some feel abandoned, and not just by people, but feel abandoned by spirit, by source. by God. I just got that the ones that feel that the worst, and I'm sorry but not sorry to say, Source feels abandoned by them. Someone needs to know that Source, Spirit, God, your highest power, your highest good, it's exactly where you left it. Your connection, it's exactly where you left it. Just your connection to Spirit. That's for someone. But back to, this is inside of this bubble that this skull is trapped in. That's what I see. I see it's like trapped in and replaying moments. These bones, they're just empty bones, the empty skeleton of a life lost. Someone feels trapped by it, just trapped. But outside of it, if they could just look past that skeleton, past that shell, they would see the growth that already awaits them. It's already there happening around them. They just need to jump in and be a part of. Or it's something about erasing these lines and these strict, harsh boundaries, self-imposed boundaries. That Seven of Swords energy we had, I said it's like self-deception. Someone's deceived themselves into thinking that they're best off closed off because they're like dead to the world or the world's dead to them. But that's how shit works. That's how soil, compost, fertilization works. Death becomes life, life becomes death, and on and on and on and on. And it's like someone needs to know that after all the wars, after all the metaphorical switches and beatdowns, growth still conquers like that lotus, no matter what. Growth will always crack the seal on stagnation when allowed even just the slightest opportunity, when even just the tiniest seed is planted. Or carried in on the winds, like the butterflies. Whoa! All right. Anything else? Did I just see one? Anything else for the homies? Messages for the collective? Anything else? One more go around? Nope, we're good. I'm going to grab you guys an oracle for closing messages. And then class shall be dismissed. All right. Ephemeral. I don't even know what that word is. And that flipped out in the reverse. So real quick, I want to do my due diligence and look that word up. Ephemeral. Transitory, transient, fleeting. Lasting for a very short time. An ephemeral plant. Ephemerals avoid the periods of drought as seeds. Boom, right back to that lotus energy. No fucking drought. No, nothing. No cement. Nothing can throw off divine growth, can stop the cycle of divine growth on the grandest scale, even on the smallest ones. Divine growth, it's not transitory. It's not fleeting. It doesn't last for a very short time. It lasts forever. Homies, may your growth go on and on and on. Until we speak again, my dears. Much love. Mwah.